Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com. Today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge rectangular 10 light pendant. This is the 131203. There's also a round version of this. Check that out. Both under dining pendants. Okay, let's get into the overall height of the fixture, and that's going to be measured from the bottom of the fixture to the ceiling itself. And you're going to have two different adjustable ranges on that pull-down menu. The standard is going to be 10 to 80. And that's going to be 80 inches, obviously, from the bottom of the fixture to the ceiling. The long is going to be 10 to 130, so that gives you guys a pretty good range. We'll get into how you do adjust it in just a little bit. The height of the fixture body down below, you're talking about 7.3 inches high, 44.7 inches left to right, and then the depth is 9.8 inches, okay? So when we talk about the adjustability, those cables are going to be pushing into what are called grippers in the canopy. So let's talk about the canopy now. Canopy on the ceiling, 44.5 inches long, 8.5 inches deep, and about that thick. It's going to be containing a driver and transformer. This is a low voltage LED pendant. You cannot use halogens in it. So we need to look inside that canopy. And how we're going to do it is we're going to look at the installations instructions. If you're on the page for this on our site, Handmade in Vermont, look over on this side, midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say, click here for installations instructions PDF. Open that up for me. It is going to show you a full parts list. It's going to show you how everything goes together. It's going to show you how the canopy mounts to this junction box, which you guys have in your ceiling, but it's also going to be mounting to the ceiling itself, structure of building. So it's something you guys need to know. And you can see that with the drawings that are on that installations instructions. There's beautiful line drawings that show the inside of the canopy, so there's lots of detail there to look at. Okay, on that canopy you have what are called grippers, and the cables are going to push into the gripper and not go back down again because it's called a gripper, remember? If you do want to back them out, you use your thumbnail, you push in and you just slowly back the cable back out again. You can't adjust it all the time. This is just during your installation. You want to get them all set the way you want them to be before you cut any wires. That's going to be very, very important. Those little grippers are always going to be kind of a chrome color. The faceplate of the canopy itself facing down, okay, that's going to be part of your finish option. So when it says choose your finish, it's going to be basically that at the end of the day. Cables are always going to be kind of a gray color. The can of the canopy, which is the part that's the sides that hits the ceiling, that's going to be in black. So just always remember that too. And then you actually have some little parts down in the fixture itself, which are going to be part of that finish option too. Okay, so let's see if there's anything else about the canopy. I don't think so. I think that's really about it. If you guys are going to be using this on a slope, drop me a quick email so I can see what you're doing and make sure that Hubbardton says it's okay. You have three different types of glass on this, and I love the glass on this a lot. The is basically a Japanese blossom flower, so that's what that frosted one looks like, basically. And you have a whole bunch of them. You have 10, don't forget. The frosted glass is basically a beautiful hand-blown piece of glass that is frosted on the inside, so it has a very milky, silky feeling going on with it. It's also pretty substantial as far as glass goes. It's very thick. The other two options are going to be either cool gray, and it's a clear, don't forget, so clear cool gray, or clear, just clear. And you're going to be able to see through it, but there's a little diffuser, well, there's a little what's called a retaining cup, like this, that's going to be holding the glass onto the socket setup, and your little LED is going to kind of show just a little bit out of the bottom to get the light out on those. In the milky one, the opaque one, you're not going to be able to see anything, so just kind of keep an eye on that. The cool gray and the clear, Hubbardton calls them a thumbprint, and it's basically a little dimple that's done in the side of it. It's a pretty piece of glass. All of them are pretty, actually. I really like them a lot. Inside of that fixture, we're going to be using G4 LEDs. So a G4 socket is what you see next to me. It's a very small socket with two little holes in it. The bulbs have prongs on the bottom and they just push right in, really easy. The max that you can go on each of these fixtures, and you've got 10, is going to be 4 watts. Okay? So 4 watts of LED in a G4 LED is the equivalent of 40 watts of halogen light. So that's going to really add up quite a bit. You can put this on a dimmer, there's no problem with that. Make sure that you are looking at, when you look at the bulbs, which we'll talk about in a second, that you guys buy dimmable bulbs if you want to go in that direction. You don't have to do the 4 full watts. You can go down to 3, 2, and those bulbs are available in 1.5 watts as well. A 1.5 watt version of this bulb is the equivalent of a 20 watt halogen. So there's your range, 20 watt halogen, equivalent to 40 watt halogen equivalent. So 1.4 watts to 4 watts. Just kind of keep an eye on that too. Okay, next thing, color of the light coming out of that bulb. I talk about it all the time. On this specific bulb, I noticed that 2700 Kelvin is what it's offered in most of the time. I buy these bulbs on Amazon. Not pushing Amazon on anybody, but in this circumstance, it's a great place to get the bulbs like this. You put in G4 LED bulb, and then boom, you've got a big list and pictures of everything you want to see. You'll see some of them are 1.5 watts, some of them are 2, some of them are 4. And the color of that light, 2700 Kelvin, which is going to be listed on all those bulbs, either that or 3000 Kelvin, is going to give you the opportunity to choose how warm your light is. So 2700 Kelvin is just like an incandescent bulb from our past youth that's been dimmed down a little bit, very yellow. 3000 Kelvin is the light that's coming down on my hands right now. And this is still a warm white, but it's just a little lighter than that 2700 Kelvin. Both are really good. You just have to choose which one you guys want. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things. So you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email, and I can walk you through the whole thing, okay? So, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.